2015, Germany. Without warning, vicious aliens invade and kill everything in their path, showing no remorse. Displaying an uncanny ability to manipulate time, the creatures known as mimics cut a swath of destruction across Europe, eventually stopped at the English Channel by an unlikely soldier who has gained their special abilities. This is the story told in the 2014 film Edge of Tomorrow. But what if mankind found the vanguard of this invasion some 5.5 decades earlier, lurking around Earth's own moon? A possibility that we can see played out in the 2017 game Prey.
Hello, my honey. Hello, my rack.
Yes, I am trying to say that the mimics and Typhons are one in the same. How, you ask? Well, just look at them. Weird masses of tentacles with supernatural abilities and a penchant for human genocide? Sure, they may look superficially different, but ultimately, the creatures that were encountered in the Prey timeline were not the same as those in Edge of Tomorrow. Whereas the invasion in 2015 was spearheaded by the warrior caste of sorts, powerful with their tactical advantage of time manipulation, those found in 1958 were simply scouts sent to assess the Earth and its viability for colonization. It is established in Prey that the contained Typhons were merely relatively small spider-like creatures, coincidentally called mimics themselves. Who knew? Apparently some things do coincide across timelines. From here they created what is known as a weaver, who went on to construct their ecosystem known as Coral and generate the vast majority of other Typhon forms in the game. Primarily they utilise dead bodies to create phantoms and sometimes poltergeists, and gives a strong impression that they are using merely what they have, dealing with the situation at hand the best they can until they can call for reinforcements using the Coral. Eventually they manage to do exactly this, and we meet the Apex Typhon, a massive and near invulnerable type of Typhon that sets to attempt to destroy the station you're on. Although little is known of the mimics in Edge of Tomorrow, could this creature be the final endgame for the invasion of Earth? It is clear, however, that the invasion force had no need for the mimics seen in Prey or Weavers, as they would only likely be required once the invasion was complete and colonization was to begin. Now, the real question. Why did the timelines diverge in the first place? Well, just like in our own timeline, other than our brief manned visit to the moon, the Edge of Tomorrow timeline had very little to do with deep space. Therefore, the Typhons, or mimics, whichever you wish to call them, were able to observe us and slowly amass their forces without us realizing, finally launching an all-out strike in 2015. In the Prey timeline, however, the space race was much more intense, and due to communication issues with the Verona 1 satellite located in the Earth-Moon Lagrange point, the Soviets sent a manned mission to investigate, encountering the Typhon observation detachment. With the situation escalating, the Soviets reached out to the Americans, and soon there was a cooperative effort to contain and study the aliens, interrupting their invasion plans. After the US taking control of the project, containment issues and the eventual acquisition of the program by the TranStar Corporation, the previous installation, Tletla, was refitted and renamed Talos 1. Here neuromod technology would be developed, which could grant humans alien abilities, just like Major William Cage would be accidentally granted alien abilities in Edge of Tomorrow. How do neuromods work? By injecting Typhon DNA through the eye. How did Major Cage acquire his abilities? When alien blood got into his eyes. The timelines may be different, the creatures of different castes, but mimics and Typhons are one in the same, and in either timeline they are a major threat to humanity. Possibly the timeline split is simply temporary, and ultimately Earth will befall the same fate as Edge of Tomorrow mimics patrol the devastated streets while Weavers build their coral structures and raise the dead into phantoms, while each loss is undone by a new Omega entity brought forth by the Apex Typhon.